Bishounen, Bishounen, Bishounen Anime Review. Hi, this is Rocky with Anime Hipsters Review with a Bishounen bias. So this anime season was totally Drew-worthy when it comes to the Bishounen. Oh my god! Toxon reverse harem. Oh. So that was the most amazing part about this season, was a lot of reverse harems compared to a lot of seasons before. I was shocked at how much reverse harems there were in this season, to say the least. Pretty sick, right? Anyways, so there were 2 reverse harem idol groups this season. 2 in one freaking season. It was awesome. The first one that I'm going to be talking about today is called Tsuki Uta. So Moon Song. It follows 2 idol groups, and I don't know if it's technically a reverse harem because there's no girl in it. There's just a lot of boys. So if you can tell me if I'm right or wrong about that in the comments section below, if it's called reverse harem without a girl or not. And if it isn't a reverse harem, can you tell me what it is? Or if it's just Toxon Bishounen love. So there's 2 groups. I'll show, and they actually have 2 different introductions. And because there's 2 different idol groups, there's sometimes different introduction songs. So sometimes there'll be an introduction song by Gravy, with them dancing on a stage with girls watching. And then the same thing with the Procella group, dancing and singing to their popular song. So I really like Procella's intro, as you saw just there. Those introductions. And it's kind of like a reality show, follows them around, and it has all these different types of Bishounen. So it's probably every single Bishounen character you can think of, from the cutesy boyish kind to the older adult kind. Whichever is your kind or your type of personality, you can probably find it in this anime. And I've seen some people out there getting confused with Shonen Ai, but I don't think there's probably a lot of borderline stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's jougenshis that can be made out of it, obviously, with that many boys in it. For you fans out there who like to make jougenshis out of those kind of animes. Awesomeness, Toxon Bishounen love. I love it. It was so awesome. And then the second idol group that is an actual technical reverse harem, because it does have a girl in it, is called B Project Kudo Ambitions. So that one has 3 idol groups in it. There's a duo called Kita Kure, and their song is in the ending, and I really love it because it's a beautiful melody, and the lyrics are really beautiful too. It's very cute, and I really like the duo. It's a very interesting pair. And then there's also a group of 3 boys called Thrive, and they're really into like rock and roll, especially it's one character who's macho, and the other people who are in the group were very interesting as well. And then the third one is called Moon, so it's a group of 5 boys, and they actually are just typical anime and play typical idol group and play off each other. And then all those 3 idol groups also have a collaboration song that they all sing together. So that's usually in the introduction. And yeah, I really like that one too, because it had a lot of different anime characters and different Bishounen type personalities. And it also ranged from the cute Bishounen to the older adult one, as well as the girl in it who is totally a typical reverse harem girl, very shy, bashful, and just really cutesy. And I'm jealous and I wish I was her, right? Yeah. And the third one is a bittersweet shoujo anime, and that one, I really like shoujo animes like that when they have true to life or real life situations in their anime. So it's basically kind of like school girl, kind of school life anime that follows a girl who in 10 years had some regrets and send them back to her past self. And her past self gets a letter telling her about what to do to avoid having those regrets. And one of them is a transfer student who comes and she befriends and falls in love with. She, as well as one of the regrets was that he gets in an accident, or maybe it was suicide. You'll have to find out and watch the show. The ending song is really sad, but really beautiful, because every time each episode ends, it almost makes me want to cry because of how bittersweet the story is and how that song is so sad too, and goes really well with the show. So that was really good. That's one of my favorite types of shoujo that's true to life. If you like those kind of bittersweet anime, definitely check that one out. It's very cute characters as well. And the fourth one kind of pushes the boundaries about what's moral, like some manga out there like pushes the boundaries about what's okay, what's socially acceptable kind of stuff. I don't know why manga artists are really into that, but I guess I like this one just because of the cute characters and the Bishounen characters. So, it's called Hatsukoi Monster, and the way it pushes the boundaries of what's acceptable is the main character is a high school student, but looks like an elementary school student and falls in love with an elementary school student who looks like a high school student, but totally acts like a elementary school student. And then two of his friends also look like high school students like him, but all act very immature and childlike throughout the show. And it shows her struggles, and she lives in the same boarding house with this elementary school student whose father owns the boarding house, as well as different characters in the boarding house. And even though this anime is shoujo, it has some typical seinen characters like the Okio Pai characters. So if you like those kind of characters, definitely watch it. I think they try to include various different audiences in this anime. It really pushes the boundaries and is slightly sketchy. But if you're into that kind of thing, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it pushes the boundaries with a lot of different socially acceptable kind of stuff. And then the fifth one that I'm going to talk about is it's actually a shonen manga, but the characters look like they could possibly be Bishounen. And it's actually anime that's about yokai and Japanese mythological creatures. So I really like yokai type stuff, as you can tell with some of the plushies I have, like this yokai watch. And then I also have Nyanko Sensei, which actually is from a shoujo anime called Natsume's Book of Friends, and is based around Japanese mythology as well, and mythological life. And it's called Fukigen na Mana no Kien. So Fukigen na Mana no Kien is based off of this high school guy who has the ability to open the door to the underworld and help and assist yokai and different mythological creatures, as well as he comes across this unsuspecting high school student who gets this dog spirit stuck on him and sucking his energy, and he needs his assistance. And apparently this unsuspecting high school student, Ashia, actually is really good with yokai as well, so he hires him as a part-time worker. So it's a very interesting anime, and if you like Japanese mythology and yokai and all that entails, definitely check that one out too, because it's a very interesting plotline. The sixth one is Mafia, which is based off of a Japanese game. It has chibi characters in it. So it's chibi characters in it. So it's like a short 3-minute anime, if that's something you're into. Like if you're short on time and just want to watch something short to chill out with, that's definitely your thing. Or if you're on like an study break, those are awesome. Just to have a little bit of relief and a little small break, just a 3-minute anime. Those are nice, and the characters are all chibi, and they're just short little blibs, kind of comical storyline, very cutesy, and then some of the characters you see them in non-chibi form, which is really cool. And then there was some other anime that I checked out but didn't really get into. One of them was called 91 Days, which is about like an Italian mafia. I really liked how it was drawn and stuff, and the storyline seemed pretty kind of interesting, but I'm not really into mafia type storylines, so I really didn't really get into this past the first episode. If you're into like mafia type storylines, definitely check this one out. It's based off of a book written by a Westerner, not a Japanese, so it's a pretty interesting storyline. And then the second one that I watched one episode of is actually a reverse harem, but the storyline was based around masked heroes, and I'm not really into the masked hero type anime. It's just not something I'm into. I don't know. It's just not, if you're into it, go for it, and you like harem anime and you like Bishounen, the characters are very interesting, and the story was kind of complex, warrior kind of characters. Not really my thing, but if it's your thing, definitely check it out. And then there was two that I didn't get a chance to watch yet. One of which, because I haven't finished the original series, so it's D.Grayman Hollow. I have not finished the first season of D.Grayman all the way through the 51 episodes, so I'm still finishing those up, and once I'm done watching those, then I'm definitely going to check out this D.Grayman Hollow, because it looks like in the picture that the anime characters look a little older, and that'll be interesting to see them a little bit older, and I really like the storyline of this anime. Granted, it can be kind of dark, but I really liked that anime and still do. And then the other one is kind of funny. It plays off of magical girls, but it changes the genders. So it's magical boy anime, and kind of plays off it kind of plays up the cheesy kind of aspects of magical girl anime and plays off of that, and it's kind of funny, silly that way, like repeating characters, and like some of the characters act pretty dramatic and stuff like that. That anime that I've seen the first season of, but just didn't get a chance to watch this anime yet, is called Binan Koku Chikyo Buen Bu Love Love, and the first one was Love. So it's the second season of the magical boy anime. So if you are a Bishounen lover, definitely check out these animes, because they are all Bishounen animes and are full of very cutesy Bishounen characters. So, and if you ever have any other suggestions about amazing Bishounen anime that you've seen and that you loved, tell me about it, because I love Bishounen characters in anime. And check out my other animes reviews in the future that are Bishounen focused. Okay, peace out, and see you in the next anime review.